Jacob Zuma was delivering the State of the Nation address, and that drama had the EFF at the center of it. Well, today, the EFF sitting right through the finance minister's speech, and I'm joined by the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Julius Malema. Julius Malema, let me just start with an issue that I think is very close to your heart as the EFF, that whole issue of tax evasion, profit shifting, and moving profits abroad. You must have been happy when you heard Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan mention that.
We were very happy because we wrote a letter to the minister 2 days ago that he needs to speak to the issue of illicit financial flows and aggressive tax avoidance. And the minister spoke to it with commitment, unlike the previous minister who was a bit reluctant about it. And the minister has as well put a time frame to say this matter is a serious matter because the state is losing billions which were supposed to finance social projects of the state. But we think that the commitment now it's a sign in good direction, but also responds to the critics of the EFF.
The taxes to raise revenue. Overall, as the EFF, do you believe this is the budget that will fix the economy and set it on the correct path?
Well, the minister came to present the budget at the most difficult time, when the country is facing a possibility of relegated to a junk state. And that intervention was necessary. When the country is confronted with such difficulty, you put aside your political and ideological differences and then show a force of unity, because that's what the investors want. We were saying today through the minister, it's not all lost. There are still men and women of honor who are prepared to make this country work. And that's why the EFF, although we may not be happy with this or that issue, but we think it is necessary to rally behind the minister's budget and say to him, please don't be partisan, let us give jobs, let us grow our economy, let us reassure the investors, because EFF is going to take this government, and we don't want a government which is relegated to a junk status. So we have to ensure that any initiative that saves this country to degenerate to a junk status, we support it. We are not happy that he's identifying some possibilities in the public sector of retrenching people, that unnecessary posts are going to be done away with. The target is going to be ordinary workers, and we don't want ordinary workers to lose their jobs. The private sector is retrenching. We can't have government retrenching again. We are happy with the measure of SAA and the Express, but we are not happy with the element of introducing some private investor there, because that will be a gradual way towards privatizing this SAA, which is completely against the policy of the EFF.
Just as a final question, Julius, many will be asking, you just outlined the importance of having a common message in light of the difficulties in the economy. Many will be asking, though, how come you are willing to listen to Pravin Gordhan, who is appointed by Jacob Zuma, but you're not willing to listen to Jacob Zuma himself? What are we to read in you sitting through this budget and having this almost conciliatory tone in as far as Pravin Gordhan is concerned?
Pravin Gordhan was not appointed by Jacob Zuma. Pravin Gordhan was appointed by the interventions which were made by different quarters. Jacob Zuma wanted Van Rooyen, and that's why when Pravin mentioned Van Rooyen, we reacted negatively, because Zuma and Van Rooyen have made this mess. So Pravin is as a result of the intervention of other. Zuma doesn't want Pravin. That's why till today, Zuma says Van Rooyen was the best intervention he has ever made in that treasury. So the president has lost control. And we think that Minister Pravin Gordhan, liberal as he is, he's got some positive contribution to make to build this country and to save it from being relegated to a junk status.
Right, thank you so much, Julius Malema. And unusually,